Welcome to SCP Enomalies podcast. You have compromised sensitive and classified information belonging to the SCP Foundation. You are now considered a high-value target of Mobile Task Force and will be pursued for interrogations. Further interactions with these findings will result in severe consequences. You have been warned.
Welcome everybody to the SCP podcast. As you all know, I am not the man you want to do this shit, but let's just go ahead and do it. I am Omer, starting this podcast today. We got Benam.
Hello, good people.
We got Ola.
That's me.
And we got MP.
Of course. Hello, guys.
Is that MP? Is that your real name?
It is
yeah.
now.
It is now, so shut up. as you all know, this is a story, and this is also a place we're gonna have fun listening to us talking shit about each other, as well as talk about SCP.
So, Omer, do you have any SCPs for us to read about?
Apparently I do have.
You do?
SCP.
Interesting, because that's not what you said like the past 2 hours ago.
Bruh, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's magic.
Magic. Since I kind of predicted the future a little bit and knew that Omer is not the person that prepares for these kind of stuff, I have three different articles. Omer, if you're interested, I can send them to you so you can start reading them.
Yeah.
Or do you want to go with your own?
No, that's fine. I mean, hey, for me it's all the same. We have 8,000. Even if we do one each day, we can't even go through half. So hey, just send me that one. Why not?
There you go. I sent it for you there. And as we're gonna keep doing like this, that we're not gonna share the articles with each other while one is reading, because as proven by the previous episode, we started to get a little bit ahead of ourselves, and we started to spoil ourselves, or it might maybe even like spoil others. So only one person is gonna be reading the articles. The rest is just gonna listen and just give their opinion and such. And since I sent this to you, Omer, you have this now, and I'm going to close it so I don't read anything in beforehand. And I don't have much else to say. The floor is all yours. The stage is yours.
Alright, so I'm going to read this. I will just tell you right ahead, and sorry for everyone who's listening, because my English is not that great. So, yeah. But
you are forgiven.
Bruh, I didn't ask for your opinion. No, but listen, no. But I was just wondering, everything that we're going to read, they aren't lines, because this is a wall. So, yeah.
What?
The one, is the SCP that you sent me.
Yeah?
Yeah, as the last episode that we did, it was about, 2-3 persons that were in like a doctor and medical people with him.
You're talking about the exploration things.
Yeah, exactly. This doesn't have it.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we can improvise.
All right, sure.
You will read, and if there's any questions, you just let me know during the time that you're reading it.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Worst case scenario, people's not gonna listen to our podcast, so it's fine.
Yeah.
That's really.
Yeah. All right. Item SCP-372. Object class equal. What is it? Euclid. What the fuck
Euclid.
is it? Euclid. Alright, Euclid. I couldn't say that shit. Bro, you literally chose the fucking worst thing. It's a wall, people. It's a wall.
If you paid attention to the previous episode, I was talking about the different classes of SCPs: Safe, Euclid, and apparently, Ola, it's Keter.
It is Keter.
It's a Latin word that's pronounced Keter. So Keter.
Alright.
It's not Keter.
Alright, cheddar. Alright, cheddar.
Cheddar.
So object class cheddar, alright. Special containment producer.
Hey yo, it's the piece of cheese I found in the stairwell. Hey yo, callback, let's go.
Hey, let's go. I need some cheese. Give me the cheese.
More cheese. More cheese.
And that's the end of SCP-372. Thank you very much.
It's just a piece of cheese.
It's a piece of cheese, people. Damn, now we
God
check
damn
could
it.
eat this.
It's
All right.
nacho cheese.
Okay, so you're in America, you're staring at the wall. How will you get over?
You just do the way Chuck Norris did.
What are the special containment procedures for this wall?
Exactly. Okay, so basically, it's a wall. No, all right. Let me just calm down.
Did Pink Floyd build it?
No, it's White Floyd. It's White Floyd. All right. So SCP-372 is to be contained in a cell 5 times 4 times 2 times lined with reinforced plexiglass. Embedded into each other of 4 walls of the cell will be one infrared. What the fuck is that word? Infrared. Infrared. What the fuck is infrared?
Infrared.
Infrared. Oh my god.
Do you want me to read, Omer?
Infrared motion detect.
No, this is learning. We're learning.
We're learning together.
It's gonna take 2 hours to learn one single word.
Tune back to episode 52, and then we will be able to read properly.
Exactly.
That goes for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeding will take place once every 2 weeks to consist of 1 kilo of red meat and uncoated vegetables to be deposited in the cell via chute.
That's a special containment procedures. So since I've already sent you this, I know what this is. Ola, Filip, do you guys recognize any of this?
No, I actually don't. I've never heard of this one. What number was it?
372.
Don't look it up, man. Come on. I could tell you that it's not written in the article, but the nickname for this SCP is the praying mantis.
Yeah, okay. I've never heard about it.
Ola, I mean Filip.
No, me neither. I've actually never heard of it either.
Omer, do you recognize the name?
Actually, no, but you recognize that wall. I mean,
The numbers. What do they mean?
yeah.
This was actually in the containment breach game, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Go ahead.
All guards working near SCP-372 cell must wear helmets with cameras mounted in the forehead. With live feeds to the nearest guard station, in the event of a containment breach, an alert will be sounded that all personnel should watch for any brief flickering movements in the corner of their eyes, and to report immediately if one is sighted. Description of SCP-372 is a creature of unknown genus, approximately 2 meters long from head to tail and weighing approximately around 45 kilograms. It has a long, thin body with 8 pairs of narrow limbs. Analysis has shown that its muscle fibers are allowing for the extremely fast and precise movements. Every part of the body is abnormally flexible, and the limbs are coated with small fibers that cling to almost any solid surface. That's very interesting. In place of eyes or ears, it has this sensory organ is capable not only of echolocation but also of detecting energy transfers, such as electrical impulses in the brain of nearby beings. SCP-372 has learned to time its movement to those pulses, predicting of the movements of any being around it. It uses this technique to hide, either by hiding behind the head of a person looking for it, or by hiding in their, what does it say, scotomus. What the fuck does it say? Scotomus?
Let me open up
Hippopotamus.
Scotomus. I don't know what that is.
It's platypus. Perry the platypus. Scotomus?
Yeah, alright. Scotomus, blind spots, and saccades clipping during eye movement. Alright, so that's basically its movement of blind spots and climbing during eye movement. Right. So it's a fancy word.
It's a fancy word. So is this... are you done, by the way, with the article?
No, I have a
Sorry.
piece left.
Sorry.
That's fine. SCP-372 first came to attention of the Foundation of when an undercover agent working at reported seeing a creature that resembled the described hallucinations of one of the patients, Mr. After throughout investigation, SCP-372 was captured and it was determined that it had, for unknown reasons, been tormenting the unfortunate patient.
Jesus.
It had confused him by periodically I can't say it. It has confused him by periodically following him and remaining within sight of him while hiding outside of the visual fields of those around him, making him believe that he was hallucinating a monster no one else could see. Unfortunately, the patient had by this time actually become mentally unbalanced due to stress and...
Okay, so this is like a creature that basically predicts the future. Is that what it is?
I don't think so. I think he uses a over sophisticated natural instinct. You know, like a much higher sense than we humans have. Like, for example, squirrels. Normal squirrels in the animal world can 0.3 seconds think faster than a lot of different animals of its size. But this one is pretty big and tall, and it can move much more efficient by using, as it said, through vibrations and through sounds. So it's...
Yeah, how tall was it? 2 meters?
2 meters long from head to tail.
Jesus.
And of course, I mean, it's interesting because it's 2 meters tall, but only 45 kilograms approximately. So it's pretty interesting. Like,
pretty light.
You see.
Yeah, really light.
I'm linking the picture of the article in Discord there. This is, according to the article, the clearest picture of this SCP as of right now. Like,
bro, isn't that my room?
But I'm yeah, it should be your room. What I'm thinking here is, like, sure, like this thing always tries to get out of your field of view, but what if there are 2 people in the same room?
Dun, dun, dun.
How would that work? Like, if there's 2 people and it's behind one of the guys' heads, if the first guy starts turning, will they be able to see it?
There's always a blind spot, my brother.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can look to the picture, I can see the bit of weed the cameraman brought with him. So I think he got high with him, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
They're actually hallucinating, and there's no real monster or anything. But it's I really like this SCP because it doesn't even have eyes and ears.
Just a big bug.
Yeah, I think actually it also has, I mean, because it uses vibrations like sonar, I think actually like they are almost like bat compatible in the idea of how fast it can move in its own situation, and knowing its like sound as a sonar can be used to know exactly precise where you are just by, of course, the sound of it, because it's blind, and that's really interesting because as bats as well, it uses sonar to really move quickly in the smallest seconds, very quickly. So I think actually it has that function, but much more higher level, because it uses the sound to bounce off walls, so it knows exactly where it is and knows where you are, and so on. So it's pretty interesting actually.
Yeah, because it did say that they used echolocation.
So I think in a sonar kind of way, I think so, because I know why, as you know, sound can bounce off the walls as much as sonar or those kind of instincts.
Yeah, but it also can somehow read electrical impulses in the brain, and that's why it can always predict where to be, because
it knows where you will look and when you will blink.
Yeah, exactly. He knows everything. I mean, this would be fortunately, this doesn't kill
This
anybody.
guy would be a good friend to 173, Peanut Boy.
It could be. I'm kind of torn a little bit here because if it's contained in a, what did you say, it's a plexiglass?
Yeah.
If it's inside a plexiglass, how can it be out of field of view? If you're entering its chamber without going inside its containment, how is this going to be out of? Is this going to get outside of the containment? I don't get it.
I mean, look, like all physical beings, it can't teleport, so it's just moving really fast. That means, as in the description, they have caught it by agent redacted. So, with that being said, I mean, it could still. The reason why I think it's see-through, so it doesn't trick you thinking it's not in the room, so you can keep an eye on it that it's there.
It's interesting because I just can't wrap my head around how it's gonna be out of your field of view if you, as a guard, you're entering the chamber, you see it's the plexiglass, and it's supposed to be inside there, and yet you don't see it. Like, where does it go if it's inside a aquarium or something?
It's moving so fast you can't see it.
But surely,
be.
Somebody has to be able to see it, because otherwise, how would they know
How to capture it.
like what it looks like, what it's made of, and how it looks like?
Do they use like a video surveillance to see what it is?
Well, the guards have cameras.
But then this picture that you showed us of like a empty room, surely that can't be the most clear picture they have of the creature if they've been able to capture it or like cut it on tape and things like that.
It might try to hide more from pictures than from people. So, like, people have seen it clearly, but a picture has never been able to capture it.
There are some logout tests or test logs. Omer, do you want to read them or do you want to shove it to somebody else?
Yeah, I think Filip could read it.
Yeah, Filip is the one who has read the least.
Yeah, sure. Log of tests on SCP-372. Participants 2D class personnel. Location empty room 6 meters times 5 meters times 3 meters. Test parameters. D1 was instructed to stand in the middle of the room, D2 in the corner. Both were to perform a visual search of the room. SCP-372 was released into the testing room. After 5 minutes, armed personnel entered and ushered SCP-372 back into the holding cell, and D1 and D2 were debriefed. Results. After 5 minutes, D1 reported no sighting, and D2 only detected a few brief flashes. Damn.
See, that's pretty, like, they even say that the SCP was released into the testing room. How do you know it's there if you can't see it? That's the thing I find very disturbing with this. Like, how is the Foundation able? They have some kind of method to confirm that if they're putting it in a box or something, or they're just releasing it inside a testing room, then they know it's inside there, and somehow they can confirm. I don't know how they can spot.
But didn't they didn't talk about like motion sensors and things like that? Because if you have like some kind of device, like a motion sensor, then you don't necessarily have to see.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It just blips like, oh, it's in.
You're right. Embedded into each of the 4 walls of the cell will be one infrared motion detector, and they're even feeding it as well with meat and vegetables. So the D2 personnel was the one in the corner. So it's smart enough to realize that the best hiding place is behind the one that is by the corner. So it's not only fast, but it's also intelligent as well.
Clever boy.
Or somehow predicted that it's going to be there.
Yeah, as you said, it uses infrared sensors to predict where it is, as in the beginning of my very good description. So I just...
Yeah, because you definitely could read infrared.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even think about it. What is it? Infrared. What the fuck is that word? Infrared. Infrared! What the fuck is infrared? Sorry, Filip, continue.
Alright. Yeah, there's another test there.
Yeah, there's 2 more tests. But just before I read it, like you see down, like there's like it doesn't say redacted or data expunged.
It's
it doesn't
blank.
say that's blank.
That's blank.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put the blank audio cue anyway, so it doesn't really matter what you say.
Participants: 2D class personnel. Location: empty room, 6 meters times 5 meters times 3 meters. Test parameters: D1 and D2 were instructed to stand in the opposite corners of the room and make a visual inspection of the room once SCP-372 was released into the containment room. Results: after 5 minutes, both D-class had sighted SCP-372 15 times, both at identical times. It is believed that SCP-372 was starting around in the spots where the blind spots in the vision overlapped, and occasionally had to break cover and dart into another one when one area was no longer overlapping.
Wow.
Okay, so it's not that hard to.
It's fast,
spot
but not fast enough!
Exactly.
I mean,
It can run, but it can't hide.
We got this fella lacking!
that's exactly what it's doing. It's hiding all the time.
He's just introverted, bro.
Yeah.
I can confirm.
It's me when I go to a party.
Damn.
It's sad, but it's true.
I zoom around so people can't see me. Super drunk.
They also get behind their heads to sniff their necks, like.
Bruh,
That's creepy.
you have never went partying with me. How could you know that?
I have.
At the starting line, going to sniff each other's crotch.
Well, keep going. There's one more test you said, right?
Yes, sir. Participants: 4 D-class personnel. Location: empty room, 6 meters times 5 meters times 3 meters. Test parameters: D1, D2, D3, and D4 were instructed to stand in the 4 corners of the room and watch SCP-372. Results: approximately 1.5 seconds after SCP-372 was introduced into the testing area, D3 shrieked and collapsed, spurting blood from the wound on his that seemed to have spontaneously appeared. D1, D2, and D4 abandoned their stations and ran for the locked exit. D4 began pounding on the door before he was also injured, losing 1. D1 and 2 retreated into one corner. D1 curled up into the fetal position while D2 stood absolutely still. No activity was reported for the remaining of the 5 minutes test. When the test was ended, D3 had expired. D4 required surgery, and D1 and D2 were not physically harmed. None of the surviving test subjects reporting seeing SCP-372 at any time. Note: aside from what it did to the mental patients, this is the first time it's actively harmed a person. D3 didn't really have time to do anything that pissed it off. Did he just get hungry?
So this will actually harm people if there's too many people trying to observe it. If it can't hide, it will. That's why it's Euclid. I was thinking about it. Well, it's kind of safe to just keep it somewhere and just not be there. Like, it doesn't seem harmful, but this actually, like, it says D3 had expired.
Yeah.
So it killed D3.
No.
The different kinds of safety levels, safe and Euclid, aren't those actually levels of the difficulty containing the SCPs
Yes.
and not necessarily the danger of them?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So you could have something that's extremely harmful. As I said, like before, there's a button that if you press it, you're gonna die. But it's very easy to contain it. Just put it in a box, lock it so nobody can press it. So it's
Safe.
like the object class is only how it's contained.
Yeah.
So Euclid, in this case, it's difficult
Yeah.
to maintain it.
This SCP-372 really doesn't like getting seen.
It really don't want to be seen. Yeah.
Yeah, like, then how do they capture it? Because surely to capture it, they have to be a lot of people or set up a trap and...
I'm guessing they made a trap somewhere with like a funnel, and they just went towards it, so it had nowhere else to go but to the trap.
Yeah, because this is still a biological being, and it needs food.
Yeah, I would have wanted. Yeah, I'm kind of confused, just like you, but I would have wanted a piece in the article that explains how they captured it.
Yeah, that would have also been nice, but maybe that's the mystery of it, because the Foundation doesn't want to admit the containment procedures or the capturing. So
we at least know that this thing can be dangerous if it's not threatened, but if it's a high chance that it will be seen, it will take to violence instead of just dodging.
It seems like the motto of this SCP is like just hide as by any means possible, even if it means killing somebody.
Why didn't they just have it in the plexiglass box and place the depersonal outside?
That could have been the same thing as well. They didn't have to put the SCP in the same room with the D-class.
So I guess they wanted to see what would have happened with the D-class personnel.
They're still doing these test log. And interestingly, D-class, the D stands for disposable.
Yep.
Which is it could be anybody that they want to dispose or get rid of.
They're mostly criminals that either, they say to them, either you go to prison or we will experiment on you or something.
Yeah, that would be a good thing in real life, I imagine.
Oh, let's not go there. No.
I think they've tried it in some places,
Yeah, definitely. Cuba. Definitely. I like this SCP.
Japan.
Germany.
Oh no!
Yeah, especially in 1945.
No! Don't take me back.
I like this SCP. I really enjoyed it. It's a very mystical type of SCP, and it's just enough information to get you guessing.
And there's a lot. Actually, if you think about it, there's a lot of similarities between this one and Shy Guy. Is it 096? I don't remember.
096, yeah. But Shy Guy, he doesn't. He's actually he's Euclid as well.
Yeah,
I think it was Euclid.
But it's the same thing about not being seen. But Shy Guy in his case, it's just his face. I haven't read that article in a while.
Yeah, I remember that 096 just doesn't want anyone to view its face.
I remember I remember reading about something, SCP team putting a bag on his head so they would be safe or something.
That's how they contained it the first time.
I hate that it's called like Shy Guy, because it sounds like he's a mascot for Five Guys or something like that.
No, no, it just reminds me of Mario. The red guys with the white masks. Because those are Shy Guys.
Oh yeah.
And in this case, I would I think we should rate this guy, or should we do ratings after we're done with all SCPs, or should we do it for each SCP?
For each SCP.
For each, okay. In that case, I can start. I think when it comes to the scariness, this isn't really a scary SCP. Sure, it could be harmful, but as long as you just leave it alone, it's gonna be fine. Like you don't have to fear for your life or anything. So I don't feel like this is a scary SCP at all. So I would say like this, scary wise, I'm gonna put it at a 3. Somewhere there. It's a little bit creepy if you're alone and you're just trying to turn around pretty fast and you see like flashes of something moving in the corner of your eyes. Yeah, that's a little bit scary. And then you just look around. Yeah, it's still not there. But I do find this very weird. Just the fact that it can just move so fast and predict like electrical impulses in the brain. I'm gonna give it a 7. And at the same time, when it comes to the creativeness, I would also give it a 7, because I feel like this is a very creative SCP. Like the author has put some thought into giving this mystery type that we don't know how they captured it, and it's just there. And somehow talking about that it needs food and water as well. I like that part, so it's I like the creativity of that on that as well. So 377. final rating.
All right, and I can rate next, and I think maybe scary is the wrong word, but I think it's quite creepy actually, because imagine you're like walking around and just knowing that there's a creature around you, but you can't like catch a glimpse of it. Maybe like in the corner of your eye. I think that would be quite creepy actually.
Very distressing.
And as you said, like it will probably not harm you, but it obviously can if it wants. And like I think it's important to be like quite slow in your movements and when you're looking around, because if you're too hasty, then maybe it gets pressed and you don't know, maybe it will see you as an app and do
So you find this uncomfortable?
Yeah, I found this actually quite uncomfortable. Like if I would be in a room with it, I would be stressing like a motherfucker.
Interesting.
Like I would be in combat mode.
Fight or flight.
Yeah.
Except that you can't fight it at all.
No, exactly.
I think in the last experiment, one of the personnel that was unharmed put themselves, in the fetal position. I think that's the way to go, because then it will be easy for it to hide, because you're like probably covering your eyes or something. So I think it doesn't feel very threatened then. So I think that's the way to go. Like close your eyes or cover your eyes with something.
Yeah, but that's the same thing, when you were a child and you put like the blanket over your head so you didn't see, like it's still creepy because there's something.
It's there.
But like it can still be something out there that can like do you
now
harm.
You can imagine. You can imagine how 096, the shy guy, felt when they put the bag over his head.
Yeah.
Am I that ugly? Damn.
No, but that's the thing that's creepy, that you're at the creature's mercy.
Interesting, yeah, that's a very good way to say it, actually. So you don't find it that scary then?
I would actually put I think I would put 7. I think on scary, honestly.
7 scary, even though you find it uncomfortable.
Yeah. 7 or 6. 6.5.
6.5.
And on weird, I think I'm going to take a 6 as well, because it's like it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense is the wrong way to put it, because nothing in SCP really makes sense, but at the same time it's like it's kind of weird. So I would put it at 6, and on creativity I would put 7. 7.5.
Solid rating. Ola, you're up.
Yeah, so I think the like scary part with this one is that it doesn't have like a clear goal. It wants to hide from people, but reading the last part of the description, it's it said something about it was like fucking with a patient, and it let the patient see him, but stayed out of everyone else's vision. So like, what did it gain from that? Does it just wanna fuck with people, or do they try to like break their victims down mentally to then kill them? Because that's not really explained. It just says it had confused him by periodically following him and remaining within sight of him while hiding outside visual fields of those around him, making him believe that he was hallucinating a monster no one else could see. So that it's unclear why it does that.
Yeah, you don't know the motives.
Yeah, I think that's the scary part. So for scary, and also what with Filip said, like even if you like look away and make it easy for 372 to hide from you, you still don't know like what it will do to you, and it's still there. So I think I'm gonna put it at a also a 7. And weird, I mean this, how back in like the dinosaur times, insects were much larger because there was a lot of oxygen in the atmosphere. So I think this could maybe be like one of those species of insects that used to be around, that have survived and evolved.
Cue the Jurassic Park theme.
No, so I think it's it's kind of I don't know. Like Filip also said, like everything in the Foundation is weird. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go like a 5 for weirdness because it's somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And as for creativity, I'm sorry to like hate on the author, but I think it's just a big fast bug. So, but I do if they would have written something about what I talked about, like it maybe being from the dinosaur era, then I would have thought it was more creative, because I also like to learn like the origins of a SCP. So for creativity, 4. Not 3. I'm sorry, author. 3. But I do like it as a whole.
I don't know who the author is. I don't know if there's a way to check who it is.
Well, yeah, the chance of the author actually listening to this is kind of small.
Yeah. Slim to none.
But still, I want every author that I roast to know that I would never be able to write something close to this, like, interesting, because it's still interesting to read. And even though they leave out information that I would have liked to be in there, it's nice to, fantasize about it.
You would never be invited to their podcast.
Yeah. And by the way, we in the last sentence is an addendum. Anyone pranking nervous personnel by pretending to see SCP-372 in front of them will be severely reprimanded.
Oh, that's by the O5 Council as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The O5, for the two of you guys, Ola and Omer, that don't know, O5 is basically the highest ranking of the SCP Foundation. Let me see if I can find.
But I just like that even if SCP is this like mystic foundation, they're still like normal people, so they would still fuck around like on a normal workplace.
The O5 is the highest authority in the Foundation, a council of 12 to 13 individuals who have the power to authorize any action taken by the Foundation as a whole. And they're known by their numbers 05-1 through 05-13. And they're not really involved in day-to-day Foundation activities, and they're not allowed to contact any SCP objects directly either, in the fear of contamination or just dying. So they basically they're the bosses of the SCP Foundation. So the difficult part comes on Omer's shoulders here. Who do you agree with? Because you're going to have to pass the torch to somebody else.
Oh yeah, alright. I'm thinking. To be... wait, you did it right. Yes, okay. Right. So
before we do that, can we take it like just a 30-second break? I need to go to the bathroom.
Small bladder.
No, alright, break.
Do it on the floor.
Alright.
I'm gonna pee my pants just like my son.
Let it record. Just go to the bathroom. We'll wait.
Cue elevator music in 3, 2, 1.
The question is, did you pray today? Did you pray today? As if you didn't, I'm gonna dick you down.
This SCP did pray today because it's described as a praying man.
Oh.
So it's not gonna dick down. Gonna get dick down.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
Good. We didn't say anything. All right.
Wow, that music sucked.
What do you mean? I am the composer.
That's why it sucked.
I'm not the composer. I just want to put it out there. I am not the composer. Don't come at me, Spotify. So, Omer,
who do you agree with?
Ooh, I mean, honestly, I have mixed feelings because if I had to choose, okay, before I choose, if I may just explain a little bit my thoughts about it. For example, scary categories. I do agree with Venom because if I know what it is, I won't be afraid. I would just do Muhammad Ali blindfolded, I would just close my eyes and come on, swing.
Why is blindfold such a very popular solution when it comes to the SCP Foundation between us?
Because you don't want to be afraid when you concentrate. Alright, but...
You know, we were born in the darkness.
Molded by him.
You think darkness is your ally?
Because if I see a big Kung Fu Panda character, I mean, I ain't afraid, I'll swing.
I wonder if that's why it's called the praying mantis, because it's a big fucking insect.
Yeah.
And you know, it hurts the patient, probably with the help of Kung Fu. That is
What did Master Shifu do?
Hey, I do want to meet Master Shifu. I'm gonna ask him when I see him.
It's gonna be a goddamn
Alright,
giant.
so scary, I will agree with Benham. I mean, it's of course, if you look at a praying mantis in real life, the little one, the big one, I've seen a couple of in my life. I mean, they're creepy because you don't fully understand it, therefore the fear. So I would think around a 4. A weird thoughts of it. I mean, I will say also like that, around 6-7 sweet spot. And creative, as I do agree with Ola about that one, about the animal, like it could be at the past a dinosaur life and through the evolution and through the the generations of the year, it has passed on and becoming much more intellectual, much more smarter, like us, but in a much more different way. Because our instincts are different from it, and its instincts are different, for example, as a shark, because it's a completely different form of being. So creativity, I will actually be on Ola's side, around 3-4 right there, not that creative as I would want. Yeah, so I think it's really hard because I do choose a piece of each, but if I have to be honest, I think actually I would take...
Filip, you can just exit the room if
Yeah,
you may.
go fuck yourself.
I would take... I would... Okay, to be honest, I would take Ola's because it's right there.
Yes!
So...
I win! Let's go! Yeah!
Yeah, it's lit!
Celebration!
You shouldn't be happy, Ola. This just gives you more responsibility, if anything.
Nope.
No, Ben,
Nope.
not here.
All right, that's good. That's good. We've been going on for it's approximately 50 minutes now, and I know that some of you guys think it's too long. 50 minutes.
Yeah, well, keep it short and sweet.
I do have a short one to give as well, for Omer to read. This last one, I think I lost it here. It's a short one. It's not going to be as long as this one. I just don't remember what it was.
Was it Yo Mom?
No, there we go. I found it.
Good.
Here you go, Omer. And this is something that I'm almost 100% sure that none of you guys have seen before. It's also in the game.
You don't know what I've seen, boy.
You don't know the things I've...
That doesn't make it a positive thing.
You don't know the things that have touched me.
You don't know the things I've been on.
You don't know the things I've been through me.
Hey, yo, Zeus.
Yeah, and now our podcast is banned.
And then...
And I blame it on my mom. Alright.
Omer, please read before we get terminated.
Before we get expunged.
Before we... Oh...
Okay, yeah, liquefied object class.
Euclid.
Alright, object class. You are fucking retard. No, object class.
Oh.
Alright. A special containment procedure, SCP-251, is to be kept in a locked container at all times. No one is to enter the container alone. If anyone is found to have been left alone in the container for any amount of time, they are to be treated as violently hostile and terminated with extreme prejudice. The container is to be guarded by armed personnel at all times, and guards should never allow anyone, regardless of clearance level, to move the artifact or be alone with it. Sounds of screaming. Okay, here it goes. It carries on. So the description as well. Before the description.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
What did he say?
You said sounds of screaming and what?
Yeah, exactly. I'm coming to that. Sounds of screaming, gunfire, and fire will be heard from within the container.
You don't need to put
This
sound
is
effects,
normal.
please.
Alright, I will explain it again. Sounds of screaming gunfire and fires will be heard from within the container. This is normal.
Is this like a war thing going on? Well, I shouldn't say this because I know.
This is the container, in Black Ops 2 when you go to rescue Woods. This is the Frank Woods.
It's the gulag of containers, basically. Description: Origin unknown. SCP-251 consistently appears to be a small snow globe. Attached is a series of photographs taken of the same artifact over time. This indicates that the snow globe is at least partially animate. However, when viewed directly by multiple people, there is no apparent movement except by the perpetual blizzard. SCP-251 has not been moved since its arrival at Site-19, but the snowflakes have never ceased falling. Alright, so it's a form of snow globe, and they haven't moved it, they just contained it.
In a container. Ooh.
This is the image for the description there. To give you some kind of a...
Bro, why are they shooting a black guy? Isn't that like a racist one?
I have to be honest, this was not the SCP I was focusing on sending to. This is something completely else. I've never heard of this
By
before.
the way, in last episode I said I read something up to like 400 or something. Yeah, I might have exaggerated that number because I don't remember this one either.
Well, it could just be out of your memory, that's all.
Yeah.
Like 400 SCPs, remembering about them, just for every single SCP, it's quite the feat if you were to do that originally. So you might just have been forgetting it. But this was not the SCP I was going to send you to read. This is something completely else. I don't know how I came to this. A snow globe, and what happens to anyone who's alone with it?
All those who have been alone with SCP-251 for any amount of time have later displayed extreme violence. What does it say? Paranoia and emotional distress.
Xenophobia.
I don't know.
So this is that's basically Filip IRL. No, xenophobia is like homophobia, racism, the fear of someone who is different from you.
Yeah, dislike against people from other countries.
So you heard that? Okay, let's do the ratings. This one sucks. I'll tell you right now. So let's just go to the ratings and get...
Fuck the author of this one.
Yeah.
No, I did like this.
Alright, B, explain your 3 reasons and shut the fuck up. Okay, go.
So wait, you asked him to explain and then for him to shut up. Make up your mind.
Sorry, B. Alright. Scary, weird, creative. Go. Alright, thank you, Ola. Scary, weird.
It's snow. Okay, next person.
No, I'm just kidding. Go, V.
So it's a snow globe that there are violent acts happening inside of it. That's kind of how I imagined it. And yeah, even if the people are like watching it, like you don't see anything inside of it. It's just a blizzard inside of it. But you can still hear screaming, gunfire, and such, which is normal to the SCP. So I'm kind of trying to understand, why is this SCP Euclid? Why is this difficult to contain? Because as long as you just
don't go inside.
If you just stay out of its reach, you don't go inside of it. Shouldn't this be like considered safe? In that case, it says that people who are alone with this SCP for any amount of time have later displayed violence, and emotional distress.
They have become American.
In the short answer, yeah.
Ooh,
This whole SCP is basically just an American school.
It's basically describing America in four words, basically.
But they also mention some kind of photographs.
Look at his photographs.
So taken of the same artifact over time.
As you can see, as also says here, all SCP-251 are all extremely violent or morbid. Occasionally. Okay, occasionally depicting something fantastical while mostly depicting more realistically brutal. Alright, so it has to do with a lot of violence showcasing to you in the to making you go insane towards it, to making you emotional stress, violence and so on, as it says in the last sentence.
Yeah, I do find this, it is a good thing, but I would still consider this to be a safe object. If you could just stay out of it, that's fine. You're not going to be bothered by it. You're not going to be violent or anything. But they didn't mention anything about how far you have to be from it. It seems like you just shouldn't be alone with it. So it always have to be different kind of, like there should be multiple people viewing this or moving it or whatever. But I don't find this that scary because you just don't be alone with it. Like, what's the scary part? Like, you don't do anything. It doesn't harm you. You do, sure, you get violent. You might be, having anxiety or having any other kind of emotional disability. So I don't really find this scary at all. Like, it doesn't even make me uncomfortable. So I'm just going to give it a 1. I don't find this scary at all. It's no scary. No, nothing. But it is a bit, I do find it a bit weird because there are instances where the things inside of the SCP, inside the globe, are changing. So there are different kinds of activities happening inside of it. And I do find that a little bit weird because once is something and then next time something else. There could be like living things inside of it that's changing and is screaming, like there's people there, obviously. So just brutal stuff happening. I do find it a little bit weird. I'm going to give it like a 5 in that essence. And creative-wise, it's a short SCP. It doesn't give much backstory and... not throwing any shade to the author, but it might be like there's something that somebody was thinking of doing for maybe pulling a one-nighter or something like that, just trying to get it done as soon as possible. Like, I would have loved to have maybe some kind of a test log of people experiencing different things, just anything else rather than the description. I think I would have appreciated that, so I'm going to give it a 4 on the creative part. So, yeah, I did like it, but it's lacking a little bit. I would have liked a little bit more depth.
You wanted it to go deeper, huh?
I would have enjoyed it if it was a little bit deeper. It didn't scratch the itch that I had.
All right, we'll move on. Yeah, B, you can write and send to the general.
Yes, I did. I'm just waiting for Ola's turn.
Okay, my turn. So yes, yeah, it isn't really scary. Just keep it in a room and don't go in. But this is kind of the theme with a lot of SCPs. It's just unsuspecting objects turns you crazy. But in fairness to the author here, these are one of the like early SCPs. So this is probably one of the like first ones who follow that route. But that's one of my main gripes with the SCP universe. It's mostly a lot of things are just, oh, it's a soccer ball, but if you kick it, your foot will explode. Oh, no, but it's unsuspecting item turns you crazy, and I don't think it's not very creative, and it's not really weird.
Okay, so what kind of you need to put these in numbers?
Okay, so scary 1, weird a little more 4, and creative, I'm sorry author, but yeah, 2.
I think that would be fair. At least we do feel the same, but somebody else might find this extremely weird, like a very good SCP. But these are just personal takes. Nothing against the authors.
No, exactly. It's still credit where credit's due. It's
Yeah, at least they've written an SCP.
And I'm sure a lot of the authors we like, I don't want to say roast, but that we criticize have gone on to write more. So, this might be someone's first SCP. And in that case, it's still a pretty good job.
All right. Filip, you're up next.
Yes, I pretty much think the same as you guys. So I won't spend a lot of time explaining my numbers, but scary. Like 1. Or, 1. Like, bro, just don't go there. The container. And, like, even if you are there with people, then it's like... I don't think it's that scary. And weird, just because it's changing, 4. And I will take creativity as a 4 as well then.
So we have the final score there, which is this is where I didn't think this through. If we're reviewing 2 SCPs, if we're rating them and Omer is giving winning, to say someone else, like what would happen then? Should we just do rock paper scissors?
But I think we will
do?
go on the rating on the first SCP. That is the big one.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing. We have one big SCP and then we have like smaller SCPs later on. That could be a good theme. I like that. Good idea. Omer, it's time to choose.
Yeah.
This one, this is the first one. Okay, to be fair, it's what's the 4th SCP overall, but we're all pretty unanimous here in our ratings, or pretty close.
Yeah, at least when it came to this, maybe we're just not the right target audience.
We are too smart.
There are 2 kind of people in this world. There are 2 kind of
I'm
people.
too smart for this fictional text.
Or we just don't have the intelligence to understand the depth of the...
We are creative souls. Yes, preach.
Omer, you have not said a word about this SCP.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
So first things first, I went to the toilet. That's why. The second part.
this SCP hit him so hard. Listen. This SCP hit you. This SCP hit you so hard. You had to go to the toilet to gather your thoughts.
It scared the shit out of you.
All right. So personally, you would ask me, scary. I mean, imagine this. Imagine someone forces you into the room. Automatically, it does become very scary because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Then I just close my eyes.
Yeah.
Put a blindfold.
Eventually, you will open your eye because you will, as it says, you will hear explosions. Something will make you look. Eventually, is the because you don't know what it is. If you have no idea, of course it's gonna be scary. But if someone were to give me the list and read, motherfucker, I won't go in. I'm not that stupid, you know. So I mean, scary to me, it's like a -10, and then like weird. The weird. No, I mean it's not scary at all. I mean it says in the description it will make you go. It will make you go paranoid, it will make you kill, and make you go insanity on people, make you go binoculars, monkey or some people. So yeah, if you ask me, scary one, weird, I will say around, as you guys, like 4.5, 5, that'll be sweet spot, because the weird part is you don't know what's gonna come up, but you know it will end up with you losing your mind. Creative, a 1, to be honest. So yeah, that will be it. So who wins this sort of a little round will be Ola again.
I'm just too damn good. I'm too damn good.
Ballin'.
I have the best and the correct opinion. Always.
We're in 1 hour and 12 minutes. I know you guys just want to keep this like maybe short. I'm getting the impression that you guys want to keep the podcast short, but I don't mind going longer minutes. I do have a second smaller SCP that's kind of the same amount as the snow globe. Would you want to take that as well? This is the correct one that I wanted to send you guys. What do you feel?
Maybe we can ask the audience what they think. What size?
Okay, let's
write in the comments below and what you would prefer.
Okay, thank you. We don't care.
We will
won't
read them. We will read them.
We can't read. You've heard this podcast. We can't.
You can write in the feed in Reddit, in our Reddit.
Wait, do we have that?
The Enigmas SCP podcast. Or you can write us a DM on our Instagram, the Anomalies.
With the E, not the A in the beginning.
Filip, I'm very disappointed that you don't know the name of our podcast. I'm very disappointed. Like, utterly.
SCP Enomalies.
Oh,
SCP Enomalies
yes,
on Reddit, Instagram, and soon TikTok.
No!
Right in the For You page. So, guys, do you want to have a short SCP, a last short SCP?
No, I think we can round it off there.
Filip?
Yeah, I agree. Maybe
I like to keep it short and sweet.
I like it to be long and nasty.
I wouldn't call it sweet, but short at least.
Yeah, because we may have recorded for 1 minute and 14 minutes, but it's gonna be shorter once we edit it.
Don't care.
Right,
Let's try this.
I mean, shouldn't Omer decide because he's the host?
You think he doesn't want to edit right now, bro? My guy literally went to the toilet and took a wag, bro.
No, I did not the fucking wang. I let tsunami go. I shit upon the earth. I took it a step further than Mars. Yeah, alright. Okay, so basically, let's fucking go.
All right. I'm happy you guys
listen.
are.
I mean, listen. I have no problem. I have time. Depending on the shit, I don't know, but I have time. So when I do another one, I have no problem. But I mean, if you guys don't, then that's fine. Then we can do just another day.
We can always make a longer one next time. So, and as I said, since I won, it will be my turn to host next time. I already know my SCP.
Hey, remember, people, if you know which one, leave a like and subscribe. I'm sorry, we don't have a YouTube channel. Not yet.
And if you want to find out who or what that is, you'll have to turn in the next time.
Rate us 5 stars on Spotify,
iTunes, and all the other stuff where we are not on.
And give us some, send us some funny memes on our Instagram. Like and comment on our post on Instagram.
Show the podcast to your grandmother. She will get a heart attack.
Everyone should do fan art of our podcast.
Yeah. And of course, on OnlyFans for only $2.99 on Anomalies Plus.
I show my feet weekly.
Where Ola and me gets fucking demolished by SCPs in the ass.
You put the snow globe in your ass. Oh my god. Oh, Omer, please close this.
That will be all. If everyone is listening, I'm not with them. They have me hostage.
If anyone is listening, I'm sorry. That's all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're so sorry that you came to this podcast. But if you did love us, leave a like and subscribe for further content.
The first time we say that.
Rate us 5-star on Spotify.
Yeah, remember.
Oh no, I'm stuck in a loop. Oh no.
Yikes. Alright.
This podcast is an SCP of itself.
And don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much.
And like and subscribe. And rate us 5 stars.
Alright, that would be enough.
And also hit the bell notification, even though we're not on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just do it on some other guy.
Don't forget.
And also don't remember to click that like button.
Don't remember to watch our next episode.
Actual idiots.
Listen to the next episode where we will be talking about feet.
Oh my god. Thank you so much, SCP Anomaly
And subscribe.
Shut up, SCP Anomaly Podcast. Peace!